All right, welcome back, everybody, to part two, unplanned part two of the JJ and Pug Show, as we record here from the Highland Communities Podcast Studios on June 17th, 2024.
Yeah, buddy.
We're
the back.
Yeah, this is the non-heavy sports part.
Yeah,
okay.
So for people like Chalet,
and
my
your wife,
kids, yeah, my kids.
For really anybody, it's like, okay,
yeah.
you know, we try and give you a little variety of what we want to
Yeah.
talk about. And harping on what we talked about last time, if you do have something you want to hear our take on or have us riff on or whatever, email us, reach out to us, Eric at thejjandpugshow.com, JJ at thejjandpugshow.com, or maybe mine Pug. My Pug?
I think it's Pug.
I'm almost positive it's
Remember.
Eric.
I think it is Eric.
I think it's Eric. And then Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Yeah. Send
And
us a message.
if you want to buy a shirt, reach out to us.
Yeah.
All right?
Still got them for sale.
We still got them for
They're
sale.
flying off the shelf, so hurry up.
I'm not going to deny that. All right. So, a couple things I wanted to ask you about. One was when you walked into the house, I automatically gave you the flowers. Like, bro, you're looking good, man. Like, it's really working whatever it is you're doing. How's it going?
Oh, show prep is full swing, but I'm 8 weeks out for the first show I want to do.
Is it really 8 weeks away?
Yep.
Holy crap. That is,
So first 8 weeks has been kind of a bulk. Not so much. It's a clean bulk, like maintaining. Now we're going to start the cut. So this is where it's going to get difficult.
really hard.
Yeah, like it's not harder, but it's harder because I'm still eating food. It's just the amount of energy I'm putting in to the amount of calories I'm burning is going to be a deficit. So
Yeah.
it's going to get, I don't know, crazy, I guess. But it's going good.
I'm actually kind of interested to see what you're going to be like on the show that way.
Dude,
Because the way your daughters talk about, because I wasn't around you when you were doing it last time. So this will be interesting for me.
I feel like this one, my trainer this time is way different. So like I've eaten a lot. Like he gives me these refeed days right now, which, dude, I'm telling you, man, I eat 2 cups of rice a day right now. But when I get a refeed day, I get 5 cups. And I feel like
rice.
I'm cheating like crazy. But it's not. It's a clean thing to do. But it works just to help me keep my size while losing the rest of the body fat or whatever.
Right.
So he's different. So I don't know. I don't think I'll be as cranky because I also know what to expect. And I know to just they just leave me alone now too. They know what to expect. They know how it's going to be. But no, it's going. It's not an easy thing by any means, but I don't know. I've just done it before and it's a grind.
So the other day, my wife and I were talking about, and I was telling her, it's like, I'm really getting close to seriously wanting to do not the show, but like do what you do.
Just to see if you could do it.
Just to see if I could do it. Because it's one of those things where I'm not ultra competitive like you are.
Yeah.
But I am pretty interested to see what I could do. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where I'm like, okay, could I do it? And if I could do it, how happy would I be doing it? Am I going to start getting body dysmorphia? Am I going to be like going down that road? I guess that's not my biggest concern. But the one thing that she asked, because when I was saying the thing that was holding me back, she's like, are you worried about like being super cranky? I'm like, actually, yeah. Because the couple of times I've done those really hard diets and like body transformation, I've never gone as hardcore as you have.
Right.
But I feel like I've gone pretty crazy for a lot of people and done some really like extreme things. And dude, it was hard to keep my emotions in check about certain things.
Well, hunger is such a crazy thing for people, right? Like everybody deals with it differently. And like, again, I'm not going to say I'm hungry, like I haven't eaten hungry. It's just like I am hungry all the time. So I usually wait 2.5 hours, maybe 3 at the most before I eat. But I'm like, dude, I will eat. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, I'm hungry. Like my body is fully moving. It's a machine, right? It's just going. So I just think you get used to it. Like you just kind of do it. And you drink a lot of water. Like, right, I drink at least, I'm probably drinking 1.5 gallons of fluid right now a day.
Oh my gosh, that's so much water.
Dude, like, and that's at least 1 gallon of water. And that's energy drinks, which are my vice, right? Like I don't care. It's my crutch. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do anything, but I will have a 10-calorie energy sugar-free drink a couple of those a day. I don't care.
A couple a day?
Oh, bro, that's nothing. What's funny? Dude, listen. So,
see, that's actually
So listen,
he's up out of his feet, y'all.
I had to.
He stood up for this one.
Well, that's the thing too. Is I take these. It's called L-carnitine, something like that. But it makes me run hot. So like I'm sweating sitting here.
Really, dude? Because we got the fans on, the AC is going.
Yeah,
like
I took it because I went and did legs today before I came here. So like I took that.
I did legs today too. I'm telling you, your 100 rep thing is killing me.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what. When I did that jug hike,
yeah,
dude, I was gone. Like I was gumming out when you should be tired after hiking it all. Dude, I was like, this is nothing. Like,
Bro.
I didn't feel like my legs were even tired.
Dude, I'm still not to the point where I can do what you're telling me, which is like 100 reps, consistent, don't rack it, stay there.
Just stand. Like if you break, you just keep standing.
Yeah, I'm not to that point yet, but I'm getting closer. And I'm telling you, dude, when I'm getting to that 60 mark, like I'm starting to shake a little bit, and I feel like I'm starting to cramp up a little bit. I'm like, okay, all right, let's do this. And then afterwards, I have to stretch and stretch. And I'm that's actually probably something I need to do anymore.
Oh,
like, I need to do that. I've been so bad at that.
And, you'll talk to a chiropractors or whoever, like those guys that are big into it, and they'll be like, dude, you know how much better you could do if you stretch? I'm like, I know, bro, but like, I don't have another 30 minutes at the gym. I should be doing that at home when you're sitting there watching TV, right?
Right.
And it doesn't take long. You can see pretty good results in about 3 weeks if you actually stretch every day for like 10, 15 minutes.
But the thing about stretching is that 10 to 15 minutes feels like 3 hours to me.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
As I'm doing it, I'm like, okay, I know this is good for me. And maybe 10 minutes when I get done with all the stretches, but it felt like a freaking eternity.
Yeah.
Like
it hurts.
Yeah. But
it hurts.
It's funny though, because when it's done, it feels so much better.
Oh yeah, but you got to get through it.
Yeah, you got to get through it.
Pushing through the whole thing.
Yeah, dude.
So going back to the Monster energy drinks, right? I'll tell you right now, like I was doing the math yesterday because I got asked by Jana. She's like, how much caffeine do you think you take a day? She goes, I'm not judging. I just curious. And I'm like, well, on average, like I try to stay below 1,000 because pre-workout's 200, so that's every day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really at 800, and I have an energy drink in the morning on the way to work. Those are 160. I'll have one again later. That's 200. And then in between, I'll probably have another one because I'm thirsty. I used to be worse. Maybe it's not that much anymore because I was working an event and I made friends with a group who were handing out amino energy drinks, right? And they were like, hey, we have to hand out pallets of this. Where do you work? We'll bring them to your office.
Oh, wow.
I was like, cool. Like, well, absolutely. So they come down. Big old truck. Reefer. Okay. Bro, they dropped off like 500 cases.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not kidding. Like, that is not an exaggeration at all, right? I was like, let's go, dude. We were like swimming in this stuff, right? Well, those were 100 calories or 100 grams of caffeine. It's nothing, but they're good, right? But I would drink 2 or 3 or 4 of those in a day in my workday between other stuff. So I haven't had that though because they're gone. It's been over a year and a half now, and they finally have. The supply is gone. Like it's been dried out. Dude, like we need to find that connection again. But
I got a buddy who he had the I don't know what it's called, whatever the surgery is, where it's a weight loss surgery,
like the gastro bypass.
That's what it is.
Where they make your stomach smaller.
Yes, yeah,
and they like cut out part of your stomach or something. Yeah,
right. Anyway, so he had that done, and when that happens, it's like the ability to intake sugar is gone. Like it becomes almost physically impossible, right?
Really?
Yeah, very, very difficult.
What about like fake sugar? Like the sugar-free stuff's okay?
So that's what I was going to say. So he is like a guy that's like, listen, I want to make a change in my life, and he has, dude. He's dropped like 150 pounds. Like and he's been able to maintain that massive over 100-pound drop. Like he's been able to do it. And for him, he's like, but I still need a treat in my life.
Yeah.
And he's like, in as much as I'm happy I did it, and as happy as I am that I lost all the weight, it's almost been like a detriment because, dude, I down energy drinks, the sugar-free energy drinks, like water. And
and I think like people talk about like kidney stones and stuff that come from energy drinks and stuff like that, right? The catch is, I think for me, I can't speak for anybody else, is I drink at least a gallon of water.
Yeah, that is probably
consistently.
A big difference.
So like I am ingesting, some cans, definitely probably 50 ounces of some kind of energy drink throughout the day.
50.
Well, you figure a can is 16.
It's funny
2 cans is 32. 3 cans is. I mean, that's probably
It's just crazy because I'm giving you these like these reactions. I don't mean to because it's easy to happen. It's easy.
It just
because here's the thing though. I'm giving the reactions, but how easy and how often do people just down 44 ounces of soda?
Like
no
nothing,
problem.
Right?
Like it's just like, I'm going to get a second one today.
And for anybody that's already trying to jump down my throat for the aspartame crap, I don't care. Like I don't care. All right. Like it doesn't. You can say what you want. I know it's just as bad. It's its own.
It's
type
actually
of
worse.
Whatever. I don't care. Like this is my vice. Like I can eat the same thing over and over again every day and not have a problem with it. But I need an energy drink or 3 a day. But I'll tell you, I don't do like rains. Right. If I have a rain, I only have one rain. I don't usually, unless I'm in a really long day at work, I'll have one in the morning and one later. Because those are 300. That's 300 milligrams in one can. even I know that's a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm also the type that could drink half, take a nap, wake up, and finish the half. Like, it doesn't affect me.
That's so crazy.
It doesn't do anything to me.
I was telling my friend that for me, like I feel like I have the most irregular reaction to caffeine of anybody I know, because sometimes if I drink an energy drink at 6, I'm up until midnight plus trying to fall asleep. Other times, out. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, but that's not what we want to talk about.
No.
But we did want to talk about when you were leaving the DC. You're talking about how, like, hey, this is going to be a hard thing. I'm going out of town. How am I going to eat? So I want to know, like, how'd that work? Like, were you able to take the bagged food?
I did.
Okay.
So I packaged. So I eat 6 meals a day. So 3 meals were I did 2 meals of chicken and 1 ground beef meal, which the ground beef is just straight. It's literally 6 ounces of ground beef, no carb, no nothing. Right?
Really? She's straight up.
That's what. I usually have. That's my 4th meal of the day.
Salt and pepper, like
like whatever. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but, like I usually check the ingredients because you there's sugar and everything. So like I'll use certain types of seasoning. But yeah, like so I did that one, but I also did 2 bags of a cup of rice and 7 ounces of chicken. Put sauce on it, some Red Hot, some stuff. And I mixed it all in the bag together, and I packed 9 bags for the 3 days. And so I had my carry-on, or I just had 1 bag.
In a cooler? Like
No. So
were you not worried about chicken just sitting in a bag?
Well, I figured no matter where I was, it was going to be in an air-conditioned car, onto an air-conditioned plane. Like, it was all bunched together, so it kind of kept it. And it actually was fine. Like, it didn't. I didn't get sick.
I say you're standing in front of me, so
I made it fine, and I didn't have the runs or anything, so I was fine. But so when I went through the baggage check, they were like, I got flagged, and I didn't know that. I should have probably told them before, which is fine. They were like, oh, she's like, what do you got? And I'm like, it's food. I don't know if I can bring it. If I can't, I get it. They're like, no, I just need to see it. Saw it. She goes, what is it? And I'm like, it's
chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice. She goes, all right, cool. So anyway, I took it with me, flew. So I flew first class.
Friggin' awesome,
phenomenal, bro. Like, I don't know if I can go back,
dude. Like, which means you're not flying anymore,
bro. I felt like a midget would feel an economy, bro. Like, I had so much room, dude. Like,
that's fantastic.
Like, it was crazy, dude. Like, I've never slept on a plane because I just usually
it's impossible, bro.
Well, like, you're dude, first class, you absolutely can, bro.
Oh,
I was out,
great,
gone, bro.
My thing about it is, like, I can usually sleep just about anywhere. For me on a plane, I can doze often, but I'm constantly waking back up.
Dude, it leans back farther, right?
Oh, it's so
and
nice.
then they've got these little pads by your head that fold right around your cheeks, so you lean up against it, and it doesn't fold. Dude, I probably slept at least an hour both times,
That's
and I
fantastic.
never sleep on a plane. Oh, it was great, but I did mess up because I didn't bring headphones.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, American Airlines doesn't have screens in the plane.
Really?
They don't have
even in first class.
No, you don't even.
Screw you
You
guys.
have to, yeah, Delta does, and all these people, but they don't. I was anticipating them having the headphone jack to plug into.
Yeah.
Nope. So I had nothing for 4 hours. So I had to watch on my phone with closed caption on.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it wasn't super loud,
Yeah.
which was fine. But I slept a little bit. But it was first class, phenomenal. I don't know if I can go back. I mean,
You're gonna go back.
I know. I'll definitely stick with my comfort area. Like I usually buy the next level up so I have more room. They give you that 3 inches, which makes a difference. 3 inches is 3 inches. it's huge.
It's so dumb. I was telling this to my buddies. I'm like, anytime that anybody mentions inches, it's a euphemism. Every
totally
single
is.
time, it's like
It's fine.
we can't.
Yeah.
I'm such a child.
It's just because we're men. Like,
guess.
Shaleigh is rolling her eyes right now, and
as well as every other woman listening.
But all the guys are like, nah.
Yeah.
They're doing the Peter Griffin. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I got my food. I did fine. I had protein bars throughout the day. Which again, this is a trip where I basically went as kind of like a lobbyist to help with the coalition against bigger trucks, and meaning essentially the gist of it is they're trying to raise the weight limits of semi trucks driving down the road from 80,000 to 91. We just had to go to explain why that would be a safety hazard, right?
Yeah.
So whatever. So, but they were like, I went with this group, and dude, they paid for everything. I didn't need to pull out my debit card at all.
That's so nice.
But I had to buy protein bars and stuff like that, right? Which are fine because I needed to do that myself. But like they were paying for lunches, everything. So what I did was I ate very strict all day, my meals.
Mm-hmm.
And then dinner I had it with we went to this fancy like place I would never go.
You said the picture you sent
In Alexandria. Alexandria is a cool little town if you ever get to go. Like it was really cool. It's very bougie. Like
it's old.
It is very old. There's an original cobblestone block which you can only go one way down because of how rough it is.
Yeah.
But we went down it in the Uber. He didn't know. We really tested his suspension and his little Hyundai, but that was fine. But so I had some great food, but I just tried to be reasonable, right? I had a filet mignon with asparagus. I did have a whole plate of calamari though, because they didn't like it. They ordered 3 appetizers for each sides of the table. So the guys I was sitting next to were into the fries and they were into this crab dip, but they didn't care for the calamari.
My thing about calamari is it's a very much I don't care.
Right.
Like I don't hate it.
You're not going to say no, but you're not going to order it.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
But I love it. It's easy. And they had this little red sauce with it. So I was eating that and they were eating the French fries, which I wanted, but I knew don't make smarter decisions, man. Right? Ugh. Couldn't have anything, so I did that, and then the next night I actually had the same thing. I had a 10-ounce filet mignon with a bone in, which sucked because it was actually a small steak because the bone weighs so much.
Bone's taken away from the weight.
They got me because it was a special. But oh, bro, I don't even like scallops at all. Right? Never liked them. Phenomenal scallops at this restaurant.
I will say this: when it comes to most things that I don't like, I've come to realize it's because often, not always, but often it's because I didn't eat the real good stuff.
Well, you figure seafood right out of the bay is probably going to be better than you get it from here in Arizona.
In Arizona, right? Off a truck or a plane.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, the steak I got ordered came with 2 scallops as part of it, and I'm like, I'm going to try it. And I took a little sliver because I was like, I don't want to get grossed out. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is what scallops are supposed to taste like. Why does it
why they charge so much money for these?
Yeah, I get it. So, and then I had a black truffle risotto the second night. Bro. But that was a splurge, right? I shouldn't have had that. Because that's like cheese and rice, but it was delicious. But at the end of the day,
he says, "But it was delicious." As he rubs his stomach as he said it.
So, but I did go work out later that night. I was in the gym at 11 o'clock because that time difference sucks.
Dude, it's one of those things where as a kid you don't recognize it, dude. Once you get older, I don't know what that age is. I don't know if it's in your mid-20s or your 30s. It makes a difference traveling east. That 3 hours is killer.
It was weird. Like I couldn't fall asleep till midnight, 1 o'clock their time, which is 9, 10 o'clock our time. And so I went to the gym that night because I figured I ate I didn't eat bad. I really didn't, but I still had some stuff I shouldn't have had.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I came home and I was down 3 pounds. So I weighed in on Friday. I was down 3 pounds. I'm very happy with that because I was just wanting to break even. Yeah. I'm like, just keep me the same weight. I traveled 3 days and it worked. So I'm like, I'm all right. But
okay. It's funny you say it. I'm gonna take this and kind of expound upon it a little bit. This is based on the last conversation, not meant to go down the sports part too much. But remember how we said that Luka Doncic was 6'7", 230?
Yeah.
Look at you, bro. There's no way he's 230 pounds.
He's 6'7" though, but he looks fat.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's different though. Like when you're not muscular and you're 230.
Okay, if you don't mind, you don't have to answer this question, but what are you at right now?
244.
Okay, he is not lighter than you. There's no chance he weighs less than you do.
I don't know. And he's 6'7".
Yeah, so he's got 3 inches.
But he just looks softer. So he could be lighter, just softer.
Dude, I'm 220. He's not 10 pounds heavier than me. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe he's got to be a little heavier.
He's got to be so heavy.
Maybe he started out the season at 230.
I'm thinking what it was is that's what he weighed when he was 18 years old and came into the league.
Maybe.
And they've never updated it since.
That could be, yeah.
Because there's no way. I also don't think he's 6'7". I think it's probably listed.
He's probably 6'5".
I think he's about 6'5", 6'6". Anyway,
yeah.
But I didn't want to go down that road.
No.
I just when you were saying you were down 3 pounds, it brought me right back to that conversation. I'm like, yeah, there's no way. There's no way he weighs that. It's just a freaking lie. Anyway, okay. So eating out of town you were able to get it done.
I did okay. Yeah, I mean, I got stared at because we were in the Capitol building walking, which I got to experience. Dude, politics for anyone that didn't know. This country is run by 25-year-old kids.
Interns from everywhere.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is insane that, yes, you have your politicians and your Congress people and your senators, but all their staffs are in their early to mid-20s. Like, everybody the people briefing the Congress people, when we met with 3 of the 5, which was pretty cool. But the ones we didn't, the people briefing them are 24-year-old kids.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to tell you.
And one of the reasons why is because, dude, with the amount of stuff that they are given daily to read, how on earth are they going to be able to read all this stuff? I mean, some of the bills they get are well over 1,000 pages, and they're giving it to it like 2 days before they're supposed to vote on it.
Well, and they're letting a 25-year-old brief them on what they've read and interpreted.
And hopefully that 25-year-old got it right.
Yeah, like it's crazy to me. I just blew my mind. But I got to go through a lot of the basements and stuff and the tunnels underneath.
That's cool,
It
man.
was super cool because the building's super old, right? Like I found out that there's a actual shuttle, like an old school train that goes from the House building to the Senate building.
Yeah.
And we were going to take it, but we ended up not being able to.
Oh, man.
Which the guy was like, bro, it's just an experience, but you're like sitting on milk crates. It's a little sketchy, but it would have been cool to do. But no, it was, I all in all, like for me going and traveling and doing, I mean, I had protein bars every time I get a chance. Like we'd be in between meetings, right? Like walking and they would look like, you're eating again? I'm like, bro, I brought 4 protein bars. You guys are going to eat lunch. I'm going to have this. And then I'm going to have that again. Like I can't do anything about it. I have to have this.
Yeah.
And they thought I was crazy, but they understood that, hey, you're doing what you're doing. So.
Yeah. And you are a little bit crazy.
I'm stupid. Yeah.
I didn't say stupid. Come on. Let's not do that.
It's just,
it's just extreme, bro. And especially for people that don't do that. Like,
yeah.
I know for me as a person who doesn't do that, I look at it not as crazy as dude, I am impressed. Like that is, I said it back when I first saw you do that first show.
Yeah.
The amount of self-discipline I know that takes is amazing to me. It's amazing.
And I think that's what drives me to do it is because you listen to guys like David Goggins or Jocko Willink or these guys talk about discipline, right? Motivation gets you in the door. Discipline keeps you going, right?
Yeah.
And not a lot of people in today's world have discipline. And it's something simple, right? Like, because really, it's not like I'm starving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not eating junk, right? Which in this country,
So
all
hard.
they want us to do. And it's
hard.
delicious. I am not saying junk food. Junk food is my favorite. Like,
Yeah.
I got love handles I have to fight to get rid of because of junk food, right? Like, it's great. I would give my left arm for a PBJ right now. You know what I mean?
Sorry, dude, I'm so sorry.
But at the same time, I know that, hey, look, I've got 12 weeks left and this is over. And I'm hoping, like I was talking to my kids and the family about it, and they're like, what are you going to do afterwards? Because you're not going to stop. And I'm like, I think I want to go back into like triathlon stuff because like that Ironman,
the endurance stuff.
Because I got to eat whatever I wanted, and I did the half Ironman at 255 pounds, and I was eating whatever I want. I was happy, like I was good to go. Like it was just mainly because I could eat whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And didn't care. Right, I was running 10 miles on the weekend. Like it didn't matter. I was doing a 3-hour bike ride.
That truly to me is it's the thing that holds me back from most of my goals in my life is not being able to eat what I want.
It's tough.
I was talking to my buddies this past weekend, and we were talking about some of the things that we wish that was different. And I said, like, and I don't know that this is totally true. I could probably, but in the moment, I said the one thing about myself I wish I could change above all are my food addictions. Like that is the one thing I wish of all the other problems that I might have with myself is if I could do that, I feel like everything would be different, which is not true. It's not true at all because something would fill the void, right? It's not, but it goes back to when I was saying before, the thing that I'm most impressed by is your discipline because I can get motivated to do something for a week, 2 weeks, but I've lacked. I'm not going to say I lack because that is the fetus attitude in me that I won't accept.
Everybody has it.
Right. I have lacked the discipline to maintain it. Yeah. And that's why like I've been toying with saying this out loud because I feel like once I say it out loud, then I have to do it. But I was thinking about it today. I'm like, I think I'm ready to say it out loud. I think on July 1st, I'm going to start.
That's going to be tough, and here's why. Because the 4th of July, you like to eat.
We don't do 4th of July here. Like, nationwide does.
No. I'm talking about you. Like, if you don't, that's fine. But I'm just telling you, like, I would pick July 5th, right? The 1st is a day where, like, you're like, okay, it's the 1st of July. But the reality is, when you're starting something, going into the missing a holiday dinner as you're in your first week, or your holiday experience, because dude, when you have to go to a barbecue and you can't eat in anything there, it sucks, dude. Like
I know. The problem with July 5th, though, that's a Friday.
Yeah.
July 1st is a Monday. Yeah. There's something psychological about Monday.
And it could be, absolutely, but just know that
July
4th, don't go anywhere.
Okay, let's say this. July 8th, it's a Monday. It's a week later than I'd like. I am going to do something, and I'm going to go to you and say, all right, this is what I want to do. What do you think I should do? Do you think I need to tweak? Whatever. Because, and I'd said this before in a previous show, I'm like, I'm going to be accountable to you, right?
Yeah.
Because I want to do something. And I was thinking about this just the other day. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be 40 in 2 years. almost 2 years exactly, right? In a couple months.
We're old.
Yeah, we're old. And I'm like, there's a lot of things I've said my whole life I want to do, and haven't done them. I haven't learned Spanish, right?
Mi hablo español poquito.
That's about as much as I do, right? I haven't learned Spanish.
I cannot die in Spanish. That's about it. I know how to get myself out of a bad situation.
I can't play the guitar, and I can't play the piano, right?
Bro, I know.
So like I've always said those are things I'm going to be able to learn how to do in my life. And I'm
Before
like,
I'm 40.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, you know what I can do before I turn 40? I can get in better shape.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm able to get that discipline in my body, in my brain, and mentally get myself disciplined, I'm thinking, okay, if I can do that, then I probably can. I'm not going to say turning into like, some crazy, gosh, it's funny how these words just escape me. I was thinking about it earlier today. Maestro, that's what I was trying to say. Some crazy maestro that can play any instrument in the world. That's not going to happen. But maybe I could play a little bit of piano.
I will tell you that I've read a study that said if you spend 15 minutes a day for 1 year playing a piano, guitar, some craft,
right,
you'll be better than 90% of the population at it.
Okay, well then,
that just shows you everybody's got 15 minutes. You don't think you do or you don't want to.
That's the one.
But you've got 15 minutes.
Right back to the stretching thing.
Yeah.
I got the time. I just don't want to do it.
Yep. And you could get up earlier, right? At the end of the day, we sleep a lot in this country. Like, I mean, if you think about, like, back in the day, you didn't sleep. Like, and I'm talking, like, in the primitive days, you didn't sleep for 10 hours. Like,
no, you know what's crazy? I remember listening to somebody, and I don't know the study. I don't have the source, so call me for what it is. It's hearsay. But that there's some, I'll call them, not archaeologists, but people that study stupid anthropologists. I'm struggling with words right now. Maybe that's what'll help me too. If I can be able to do this, I'll be able to more.
Your brain fog will go away.
My brain fog will go away. So anthropologists are basically saying, like, back in the day, like you said, historically, primitive, that populations would fall asleep at dusk, right when sundown, or where it is, and then in the middle of the night, wake up, do things that were necessary, and then go back to sleep and wake up at dawn. Yeah. That's just what they did. Like, they didn't sleep the whole time. I don't know how they know that.
I don't either, based on what bones they saw.
Right.
Like, I think it's all just a joke.
I don't know how they know that, but there's part of me that says, like, you know what? I can kind of see that, because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night just wide awake. Like, just awake.
Well, that's the thing. We sleep a lot. So if you take, let's just say you're a normal guy, a normal person that gets 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
So get 7.5 and devote a half an hour a day every morning from 4:30 to 5 to sitting at this piano watching YouTube how to play.
Yeah.
Literally, like, okay, the first couple weeks, it's going to be literally just like ding, ding with your fingers, right? Start to learn what middle C is. You start to learn how the piano keys run, where it's A through G, and you start to learn all this stuff. Then you can be like, okay, I think it's A through G.
Bro, I'm actually impressed with you. You're doing a great job here, man.
Yeah, so, but because I love music. Like, I would love to be... Dude, I think it'd be like, okay, look, having a six-pack, giant shoulders, all that stuff on stage is legit, right? It's cool. It makes you feel like you just... When you look good naked, there's confidence there that you can't even explain, right? You have to experience it. But I think what would top that is walking up to a piano at like an airport and looking like a dude that has no clue what he's doing on a piano, and then just being like playing some Beethoven baloney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, let's go. Everybody comes in. You know what I mean? That would be a cool feeling.
Do you remember that? Remember when Coach was talking about how my buddy did that at a wrestling tournament in Minnesota?
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same thing. Like, I know that for me, I know a little bit about the piano. The problem for me was always my left hand. Getting my left hand to work with my right hand at the same time was always that's the part about the piano that blows my mind. But
then you throw your feet in there and it's a whole other stuff. It's like a drummer, dude.
It's a whole body job. Like, things like that. Like a drummer's, dude, keeping tempo is hard enough. And then to do it with your entire body.
Have you seen that drummer that's real big on YouTube, on like all the reels right now, where I can't remember his name, but he's got a beard.
Oh no, I haven't seen him.
So I'll send you some stuff, but he's doing things with the drums that legitimately career drummers are like, how is he pulling off this motion?
Yeah.
Because he's running like he's double beating a song.
That's
like
insane.
Hitting the drums twice, doing everything twice as much to the same beat. And his feet are doing all this. His hands are doing something different. And you're like, how? And then he's throwing sticks up, grabbing another one. Like, dude the guy is phenomenal. And I can't remember where he's out of. He's got an accent. He's not American. But this drummer, he's a bald guy. And he's like, he just pulled this da-da-da-da. And he did it at this, like, he's like, you don't understand in the world of drummers what this guy is doing. And I'm like, I can barely do, like, I can keep a little beat, you know.
I can play Rock Band a little bit on easy mode. But I mean, like, it's funny because, like, when you think about, like, drummers, like, think about any concert you went to, like, especially punk rock drummers back in the day where the tempo was super fast.
Oh, yeah.
Those bros were the skinniest dudes in the world, drenched in sweat after the first song, and they kept going.
Have you seen, so who's the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Oh,
he looks like Will Ferrell.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
They play a song, it's by, I want to say it's the Kill the Mars or something. I don't know.
30 Seconds to Mars?
Yes, it's a 30 Seconds to Mars song, I believe. And they play the song for him on a headset without drums in it.
And they ask him to come up with
it, and he comes up with the exact beat to that song.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's a 2-rhythm thing, whatever he said. And all of a sudden he just starts going, and he just starts playing, and you're like,
I've seen tons of videos of that where they
holy crap,
have a drummer blind listen to a song where he come up with a beat, and it's amazing how many times that beat matches the original. So it's like, is that just the way drummers think? Like, are they just able to look at it and say, yeah, this is the way it goes right here, and we're gonna add a little symbol to this?
I think if you're able to put in all the instruments except for the drums, I think they just know, based on what the instruments are doing, what they should be doing.
Yeah, it's impressive.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, it's super impressive. Super impressive stuff.
So circle back. That is something I think so. July 8th.
Yeah.
Right? You can start the 1st. I'm just telling you from a guy dude, I've been through some terrible holidays in a prep. It sucks because you just don't think about it. Or like even parties, dude. Like when I went to my new sister's house, right, for a big old barbecue, and I packed my food, and dude, she's a cooker. Her husband makes this macaroni and cheese we've talked about, like, and you're just like, I can't eat it.
I'm gonna smell this.
Yeah, I did. I smelled a lot of the bacon. I do that all the time, though. I have to smell stuff, and then I can walk away.
Dude, the videos you send me of stuff that people are cooking up on Instagram, dude. I'm like, I don't know how you do this.
My food reel is bad.
So one of the things I was thinking about when I was gonna do this was also take a social media fast. Just because I'm like, maybe not like a full month.
What are you going to do when you're pooping, though, bro? That's tough.
Exactly.
That's tough.
I guess
it's like the 1990s. Did you send me that 19? No, it was somebody else. Somebody that when you go, it's a gorilla sitting on a toilet, and it's like he's just looking around, and it's like when you go to the bathroom without your phone, and you're like, you're pooping in the 90s again.
Yes. Look at reading the back of like a cleaner. What ingredients are in this cleaner?
Thank goodness my dad had bad magazines, you know, it's something else.
My mom and dad literally have this book at the cabin called the Bathroom Reader, and it's just a bunch of random crap. Like, it's just because.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Did not mean to do that.
So what is your goal?
Okay,
right?
so
this is the big thing with these things is you have to have a clear-cut goal, and I would tell you to write it down.
Okay, so my goal, and I'm saying this right now, my goal is to be under 200 pounds by the end of the year.
So all you want to do is lose weight.
No.
Are you trying to? Do you care more about the scale, or do you care more about how you look in a shirt?
So obviously, I care about the way I look.
Right.
But one of the things that I need to do is I need to get under 200 pounds. And if it takes me until December to do it, then
how much do you weigh?
I'm about 220 right now. 220, 225. I'm in that range always.
I've been doing this prep for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I started 8 weeks ago. It's been 8 weeks. I'm down 18 pounds. So again, I'm doing it. Mine's a little bit very strict, right?
Very
Depending
strict.
on what
and
you do.
I also know that when you go to the gym, you're doing a lot more than I can do in my gym.
Yeah.
I don't have a stair step here.
Yeah, you don't have. That's fine though. This right here, I put it on. I don't know. I'm sure it goes to incline 7.5.
I'll have to check.
I walk at 3.5 miles an hour at 7 all day long.
So one of the things I've had to spell, one of the parts that sucks about getting old, is I've had to scale back on the speed and the incline, because every time I start really pushing it, I end up right back at the physical therapist. It's because it's like, I don't know what it is. It's something about my gait that causes neck and back issues. The way I walk, it's
like hunched over, maybe.
Yes, it's very frustrating to
me. Do you wear a watch for like heart monitoring?
Oh yeah.
So the big thing that I've always been told, even with both guys I've had, is get your heart rate above 125. It can be at 125, 126. My heart rate today, because of the pre-workout and all the crap, was like 155 on the Stairmaster, bro. But what's funny is once I get off, my heart rate drops to below 80, almost like within a minute. Right?
Really?
Like it just, my recovery's great, but there is some, the Stairmaster killed me today. My legs were dead, and I was on that thing. But that's so speed and all that stuff. The big thing is, I used to, when I first started, when I was really heavy, I would hold on to the treadmill. You always see these people in the gym like, why are you holding on to the treadmill? Well, it doesn't matter, because as long as your heart rate's above 125, I just need it up there, and I'd have to hold on.
Yeah.
So, but you got to figure out what kind of plan you want for a diet, right? Like, do you want to? I'm not a faster. I would tell you to stay away from fasting if you're going to do it.
No, I don't think I'm going to do the fasting.
What about carnivore?
No, I don't want to do the carnivore, because I've heard stuff both sides.
Yeah.
And one of the things I do know that much meat cannot be good for you. Like you got to be able to mix in some other things.
Well, you have eggs and stuff, so like you're getting all that, but like I do think it's body specific though. I think I know I'm one of the girls I used to work with. She's doing the same prep that I'm in right now, and she's doing the carnivore diet, and it's working for her. Like she's feels great. Her bloating's gone down because with women, then their period stuff, like they'll bloat before. So like with her, it's working. But you talk to somebody else and they're like, dude, it doesn't work for me. Like it made my cholesterol through the roof or whatever. Right? So
my thing is, I would say it probably would help me get the results that I'm looking for, but I don't know that I'd want to go down that road to get those results. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. I don't know what it would do to me long term because man has never eaten strictly meat, right? So it's like I don't know. I don't want to go down that road, but I do want to have something that's cleaner. Like I got Butcher Box, dude. I got a freezer full of meat that I got to eat. So I'm going to eat that. Probably heavy on the chicken, heavy on the shrimp.
You're just going to make sure you're weighing stuff out.
Yeah, and I can do all that. I got the scale, and I'm not a fan of rice, right? So that's the thing.
Red potatoes, dude,
and I'm probably going to have to just
air fry up some red potatoes every night. Like, you know what I mean? Like those are something you can't really meal prep. I mean, you can, but they get soggy over time. Whereas a cup of rice lasts all week. Like I do it every Sunday, and I have it that following Sunday, and it's fine when you throw it in the microwave, right?
Oh, the idea of rice. I mean, I could do it, but it's just
right. But you
I just worry about
it. Like, do you drink salsas, right? Like Costco's got a salsa that's got really nothing in it, but real stuff, delicious. You can put on there to mask that rice a little bit, or if you're a red hot person, or Tabasco sauce, or a green Cholula, a red Cholula, all that stuff you can throw in there to make it taste. So you're not so much eating the rice part.
Yeah.
Like today, I forgot my sauce, so I had chicken and white rice.
Just straight up?
No, nothing else. But I can do it because I love rice. So
it was foreign to me.
I know.
To love rice.
So good. And the chicken I use is seasoned herbed wise. So it worked. I didn't like it. It was dry. You had to like kind of take a drink after a few bites just so it didn't get stuck in your middle of your chest here. But I can do it. But you need to find a sauce or something for sure.
Yeah, I'll have to figure something out because I do want to do something. I don't know.
Well, you've got 3 weeks.
I got a couple weeks to figure it out.
To figure out exactly what you want to do.
And I'm going to be talking with you about it because one of the things that I do know for me that I'm going to have to change up. And I saw somebody else talking about. I think I sent it to you where it's like not everybody can have the great body because they don't have the money, the time, the physical traits, the genetics.
And it just kept going on.
Yeah, on and on.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was like, I was like, also getting stuck in a workout routine. I'm like, I am stuck in a workout routine. Like I need to do something that's
so I can
different.
send you that. I have.
Yeah.
So
that's the stuff I need to do. I need to get serious about it. You got a house that needs to get painted. You got some scratches in the walls. Maybe the exterior paint's a little bit faded because of our awesome sun here in Arizona. Well, I have got a fantastic suggestion for you. What you need to do is you need to reach out to Kellen Brady at Brady Painting Services. I'm telling you right now, they are top-notch, first class. They get the job done right at a great price. Kellen is just the best when it comes to his customer service, his communication, his professionalism. And the best part about it, let's say if you're getting ready to sell your house because you're moving on to bigger and better things, Kellen Brady will not only paint your home at cost, but he will also sell your home because he also is a licensed realtor in the Arizona state. So what you need to do is you need to reach out to Kellen Brady at Brady Painting Services. Phone number is 480-310-1767 or email them at bradypaintingservices@gmail.com. That's all one word, no numbers, no spaces, no hyphens. Brady Painting Services @gmail.com. And once again, that phone number is 480-310-1767. I'm telling you right now, Kellen will take great care of you. Brady Painting Services.
Because you can do it. The hard part for you is your leg stuff's limited here.
Yeah,
because you only can do really squats. You can do some
RDLs.
You can do they call them goblet squats, where you hold a weight in front of you and you put your toes or your heels on like a plate.
Yeah. So
you can really feel it in your quads. You keep your feet together. Stuff like that. So you can still do it. You just don't have a leg extension or whatever. But
right. I mean, the thing is I actually have a leg press. I still got to put it together. The problem is I don't have space for it.
Yeah.
Especially because we're doing this in here.
Well, but you have a squat rack, so
yeah.
the leg press, squat rack, like it's.
One of the reasons why I wanted the leg press was, well, I don't want to go down that road. Like I said, we're gonna go down that
machine. Yeah.
I got stuff. I just don't have all the stuff. Like I feel like my home gym's pretty legit, but I don't have. Yeah. I'm not going to EOS and have what they have there to work with.
Of course not.
They also don't have the crowds, which is great. No lines at my machines.
I just push people out of the way.
I'm sure they just see
you
come up and
so
go,
mad.
I'll move.
Bro, I was in the sauna the other day, and I like to sit in the sauna as much as I can. It's just relaxing, right? 180 degrees. It's perfect.
Gosh, it sounds so freaking awful.
But like, I was sitting in there, and like, this kids come in, and they hold the door. So 3 of the guys are sitting in there. We're sweating. We've been in there a minute. And a kid comes like he's going to get in, and then he stands there with the door open talking to his buddies.
Like, bro, it took about all the heat out.
8 seconds, and the dude was like, bro, shut the door or get inside. So he comes and sits down for 2 minutes and then leaves. And I'm looking at this guy like, and we start talking, and I'm like, this generation of kids, like, he's an idiot. Like, what did you just get out of it? Now you had no consideration for anybody else in here, and then you come in here for 2 minutes and then leave, and you open the door again.
Let all the heat out again.
Right? And it's like, these are the same kids that wear Jesus sandals and socks, which I've talked about. They flex in front of the mirror without shirts on in the gym all the time and take pictures of themselves. You're like, bro, you don't have a lat spread. Stop trying.
That is the stuff that I can't deal with. I can't deal with
laugh.
the
I
constant
outwardly laugh
filming
as
and
I walk
pictures.
by. I just outwardly laugh and shake my head as I walk by. I'm like, dude, I don't like. Or you'll see these guys that are like flexing in the mirror, and like they're half my size, and I just want to come up behind them and flex and dwarf them because I'm like, bro, see, I can do it
and
too.
ruin their picture.
See, I can do it too, but I'm not going. It's like and it's always kids. It's never when you see a dude who's like super jacked flexing in the mirror. He's probably posing, checking out what he looks like. That makes sense to me. But these kids that like...
I still think it's ridiculous.
It is, but having been in the sport, I know when I look at a dude, I'm like, okay, he's in a sport because the way he's flexing is he's trying to see if he's getting what's his ab look like or what's his oblique look like. So I get it. But when you see a teenage kid doing it, you're like, bro... Like, just stop. You don't have a tricep yet.
Just do that in the bathroom mirror, bro.
Yeah, do it at home. That's what your mirror at home's for, not the mirror in the men's bathroom. When I have to walk past you and you're chest out, like, I'm like, bro, just...
I'll say, at least they got the decency to do it in the bathroom, and they're not doing it right in front of the dumbbell rack.
Oh, they do.
Oh, that's
they absolutely
the
do, bro. Like, they do it all. Like, they'll pull... I mean, and I'm just like... I just laugh. I'm like, gosh, just leave me alone. But anyway.
One of the topics that's evergreen on this topic is stupid tipping, okay? And I think we've come to the rule, and I heard this from somebody else, and we said this a while ago, was, listen, if I got to stand, I'm not tipping, right? I'm not tipping you if I have to stand at the counter to order
after our conversation, I genuinely, like, I used to every now and then throw a tip in there. I don't tip nobody. I hit that no with a smile on my
100%.
face. And it's just because it makes more sense. Like, I always thought the way we thought.
Yeah.
But when we talked about it, I'm like, dude, no. And I hope somebody, like, I almost want somebody to ask me why I don't tip them. And like, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Nothing, bro.
You didn't serve me.
In
You literally
fact,
took my order.
If you turn the screen around, I could order my own food here.
Yes. Everything you've done, I can do.
Yeah, you don't do anything. Like, you don't refill my drinks. You don't do anything.
And at these establishments we're talking about, they're getting paid actual minimum wage. They're not getting paid server minimum wage.
Yeah.
That is what the tipping is meant for. Yeah. Is for server minimum wage. The guy that's making $4.25 an hour, not $15 an hour or 12 or whatever it is in Arizona right now. I remember what it is.
Yeah.
12 something, right?
Ugh.
Or north of 12.
$12.50, I think.
Yeah. So that your tip, I'm not giving you. You literally take a minimum wage job to do the minimum amount of work. That's what your job is. If your server is making minimum wage, they're doing their job to get tips. So they're actively trying to be great at their service, make sure that I'm taken care of, so I don't have to worry about anything. If I got to fill my own drink, place my own order, and go and pick up my food from the counter, no.
Which I don't like when I can't do that because I'm like, I go to this new sushi Neko. I love that place. We go every freaking week, right? It's great. But there's always a tip thing right at the beginning. And I'm like, no, because everything you do, I could do. If you set it up, hit the buzzer, and said, hey, Jason, your order's ready, I could walk up and grab the food and sit back down. It's a 2-second walk.
Yes.
I'm like, you're not really doing me anything that like would provide like you're going and getting my food in the kitchen and filling up my drinks. Or you walk by and you never ask to fill my drink up knowing it's empty. I have to go up and say, hey, can you fill up my drink?
Right.
I'm not tipping you.
Yeah, no tip.
Sorry, it's nothing against you, but it's just the principle.
Exactly. It's not just the principle. It's also like, no, it's 100% the principle. It's like we are screwing tips in this country. And it is getting to an extreme level. And this is the level it got to be for me.
Can't believe you just said that.
What?
I don't even want to. What did you do?
Are you a child? Are you talking about the tip at an extreme level? Bro.
Screwing the tip.
I didn't even catch that. I didn't even catch that.
I'm sorry. I was like, hold on. Like, I can't just let that go.
I didn't even catch it.
Oh
I
my
said
gosh,
that.
dude.
Hey, you know what? You called me out. I deserved it.
Sorry.
Okay. So what I was going to say is today
Oh,
I'm going to Cafe Zupas to get a Power Bowl because
Is that open? The one, the one by Costco?
yeah, one by Portillo's.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get a Power Bowl for me, which is honestly, it's like when you look at the ingredients, like this is legit. Like it's
no, that place is good. I've had it before.
okay.
It's good.
And I pull up to the drive-thru and I'm looking at the mirror, the window. Nothing's happening. And it's got like a piece of paper over the intercom, so nothing's happening. I'm like, okay. And then it's got a screen that says order online. Okay, open up the app because I got the rewards for the app. Okay, open up the app, place an order for what I want and what I'm going to bring home to Slay. And then I go to the checkout portion, and it on the checkout's asking me if I want to leave a tip. No, I'm in the drive-thru. I'm not leaving a tip.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, it got so dumb. Like visual anger. Like I almost was going to leave, but I'd already told Slay I was getting it, so I couldn't just leave. Okay, I went to check out and pay on the phone, and it says tip option. It's like 15, 18, or 20%. Or it might have even been 18, 20, 22%. It's like, no, I'm not leaving a tip. It's a drive-thru. And so I custom hit that and hit 0 because I'm not leaving a tip. And I go to check out. And it pops me back up to the tip portion with red lettering saying tip. No, I'm not leaving a tip. 0.00. If that wasn't clear enough. Go back down to checkout. Nope. Pops me right back up. I'm like, are you literally going to force me to leave a tip at a drive-thru? It was going to force me to tip at an online order through a drive-thru.
So what'd you do?
I backed the F out, canceled the order online, and walked inside and left 0 tip.
And did you tell them, hey, your app's trying to force me to tip you? What's that about?
No, I didn't say anything, honestly, because at that point, I'm like, I just want to get my food and leave. Yeah. I was so miffed. And it was like, I may never go back here again.
You know what's funny is I thought that we saw that place yesterday. We went by it, and I thought it was closed. Maybe they're closed on Sundays, but it did not seem busy.
Like, well, I'll say this. I've never thought it was busy, and every time I've walked in, full. Yeah, so maybe it's the Portillo's where everybody parks at the Portillo's. I don't know. Because the parking situation there is it's not very good. Yeah. The parking lot's actually pretty far away from the restaurant, unless you can park in the handicap, which nobody can. No. But, dude, I was so bothered by it. I'm like, I may never come back here again. If this is what's forcing me to do, listen, if I'm going to DoorDash something, yeah, I'll tip. Because that person's actually providing a service of driving me the food.
Right.
I don't have to go get it. And from where I live, Cafe Zupas is pretty far away. Yeah. And the worst road in all of Arizona. Ellsworth is the worst road.
I avoid that road like the plague.
Oh my gosh,
dude.
It's the worst. But anyway, dude, it was just like it's to the point where it's like, okay, do we need legislation? Do you need to go back to Washington as a lobbyist and say, listen, forget the trucks. That's whatever. We got a problem with tipping in this country. We need to fix it.
I don't know. I don't even think it would matter.
No, I wouldn't. But I was so angry about it at that moment when I'm like, you are literally forcing me to tip at it. It's an online order.
You should have done 1 cent.
Dude, I wasn't going to do any.
I know, but I wonder if that would have worked.
Actually, it's a good question. I probably should have just
like 0.001.
0.01 and just what's going to happen here? Well, let me finally check out. Dude, it was so dumb. It's an online order through a drive-thru. You're telling me I got to tip this? No. I'm already paying an extreme amount of money for this food. Just pay your employees.
You know where you don't have to experience that is when you pack your own food.
You know what? True. Another reason why. July 8th.
Where you should meal prep.
Yeah, dude.
You don't have to worry about it.
I got one question for you before we close this out.
Yep.
Okay. One of the I feel like this is probably a cultural thing, the barbershop conversation, right? Mm-hmm. When you go, because we go to the same barbershop. We've never been at the same time. V's. Hmm? When you go, do you ever talk to your barber? Do you want to talk to your barber?
AJ and I, we have conversation every now and then. I'm just like, so it would just depend, right? If there's the TVs. Yeah. If there's a game on, we're talking. Okay. Snowball season, we talk. Like I've been going to, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't let white dudes cut my hair.
We've talked about that in the past.
I don't know if I'm here. Yeah. But I don't do it because I'm sorry, but white people are lazy as when in the service industry. Right? So AJ, my boy, he a black dude. Bro, I love the way he cuts hair. He just like I will follow him if he went somewhere else because I just appreciate the detail. Yeah. And you know what's funny is
I will say this, there's pride in it.
There is.
Because when we talk about cultural, the barbershop in the black culture is like cultural hub,
bro. And it's not. I'm not being like. I'm just saying. Like in my experience, when I've had a white dude, they hurry through it. There's no detail, and it's like, okay, it's over, it's done. Dude, AJ, nah, bro. Like it takes its time. Like I had another dude. I can't remember his name, but he left too. Santana was his name. Straight, squared away dude. Good to go. But I'm like, every time I get a white dude, I'm like, nope, I just don't want it anymore. So I'm like, nope. So I've been going to AJ for a while. So yes, we talk, but he's good about only talking to me when I start talking to him. Yeah. He doesn't just. I mean, I had a chick cut my hair for a long time in between her stuff. I'd go to her house.
Yeah.
That chick didn't stop talking. And she's super nice. I've known her a long time. But there's a difference when you go to a female salon.
Yeah.
That's what they're there to do is gossip and
100%.
You know? And I'm like, no. But us, it's like, it's mostly sports, snowboarding. He knows the work, so he knows the hair. But other than that, dude, no, like, we talk a little bit.
Bro,
what do you talk?
My favorite thing about Ben Shepherd at AJ's.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Or, V's, excuse me. Is that he doesn't say a word to me. He doesn't say a word.
Is he a black guy with short hair?
No, he's a short guy. I think he's a Native American. I think he is. He might be Hispanic.
They're the one right here at Queen Creek, right?
Yeah, right up there at Queen Creek. Dude, he doesn't say a word to me, and it is the best. Because there's a guy that's like 2 stations down that just doesn't shut up. No matter who he's got. Yeah. Constantly talking. And my thing is like,
is he with the beard?
Yeah,
guy with the beard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't know his name, but he's always talking.
Seems like the nicest guy in the world.
He's actually really cool. Yeah, I've talked to him too. But
do not want him cutting my hair. No. Like, and the thing about I love Ben. I think he does a great job. Very meticulous, right? Very, like you were saying, like, dude, he takes his time to sculpt my beard. Like, it's freaking great, dude. But the thing is, I love about it, he doesn't talk to me because one of the weirdest things in the world. It's like talking to a dentist. Like, okay, it's like, dude, no, you don't want. Okay. I'm here to get my hair cut. And specifically for me, I love my beard to be trimmed in a specific way, right? That I can't do myself. I've tried. Can't do it. So if you try to talk to me, my mouth is going to be moving up and down while you're trying to do it. No, don't do that to me. And also, the thing is like, dude, I just want to get my hair cut, get it done right, and get out of here. There's been multiple times I've almost fallen asleep in the chair because it's just so relaxing, dude. So nice. So I remember what made me think of this. I think I was listening to a podcast when they were talking about like not wanting to talk to people like when they leave home or whatever, even though that's what they do. It's like their job is to talk. Yeah. It's like I totally get that because when I go to the barber, I know that maybe this is like an abnormal thing. I don't want to talk. I don't want you to talk to me. I just want to sit back, get my haircut, relax, and I'm out. Like I don't want to do it.
I'm a talker. Like I love to talk to people, right?
Me and you are that way.
Right, but there's certain places where I feel like I don't, because again, like he's cutting your hair. He's like, you start moving your head around when you most people, they can't talk just staying still.
I can't.
They move their head around,
100%
their hands, whatever, right? So in that situation, I'm like, I will talk, but I will talk to AJ all day. If he wants to talk to me, I'm cool with it because I've known him now. I've been going to him for a long time.
Yeah.
But like I have to start the conversation usually because he's pretty good about just getting to business, and they're trying to turn and burn, right?
Yes.
He's as soon as I get out of the chair, someone sits down. Like he is booked all the time. He ain't taking the walk-ins. He's got a long list of people all the time.
Yeah.
So
that's the same way with Ben. Like for me, like get an appointment, I got to do it a month in advance.
Yeah.
Like this.
It blows my mind. So we're talking about barbershop. It blows my mind that people do walk-ins.
Yeah.
And they'll wait for 2 hours.
Dude,
like, hey, we can't get you in. And I'm like, so there was a dude, he was running for, this has got to be like the last election. Had to be. Because he was running for something here locally, and he came in, and he needed a haircut. He didn't have an appointment. And they're like, sorry,
bro.
Like, you didn't make an appointment. And he's like, do you know who I am? I'm running for the... And they're like, we don't care, bro. Like, he stormed out mad, slammed, like, was yelling at people.
Screw that guy.
And I was like, bro, what's his name? Because I ain't voting for him.
Yeah, screw that guy.
I'm like, screw you. How about you use a phone, you idiot? Like, you have literally the capability at any given time to make it. I can do it right now at 9:30.
Yes.
I can make an appointment for as soon as next available, right?
Yeah.
It may take a week, 2 weeks. But I usually do it as soon as I leave, walk out, get on my phone, set the next one for 2.5 weeks.
What I do with Ben every single time at the den, I pay and I say, all right, let's get on the calendar. Let's do it. I do it right then every single time so that I make sure, okay, we're scheduled. Good. I don't have to worry about it until
I don't have to worry about nothing. But the fact that people walk in and they're like, dude, I'm going to sit here for 2 hours.
Anytime anybody pulls do you know who I am? I'm like, you know what? You can get out.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
I don't care.
You don't know who I am because I don't matter to you either.
Like, I don't care. Like,
shut up. You're no big time.
You're nobody.
Like,
you live in Queen Creek, bro.
dude, nobody knows who you are.
Like, just stop. Like, I don't care if your name's on a sign down the street, bro. That some kid's gonna light on fire. Like, I don't care.
Exactly.
Like,
You're running for local office. Like, that matters to me.
Bro, you want to be on the school board? Whoa.
Yeah,
like,
super cool,
you're
bro.
a big deal. How about you just not? You know what I mean?
Dude, I got some opinions on that.
But the whole place heard it all happen. So that whole, instead of being a guy that was, you could have won over 25 people's votes, everybody in there told everybody they know not to vote for
that
you.
guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's how bad experiences work, right? You can have a great experience, you'll tell one person, but you have a bad experience, you're telling 10.
You'll tell everybody.
Yeah, you tell at least 10 people. That's how they talk to in the restaurant business. It's the theory of a good customer service versus bad. It's a 1 to 10.
I'm sure you've seen this clip. I didn't realize it was a part of the miniseries TV show on YouTube. It's a clip of a guy and a girl go up to a taco truck to buy tacos, and the girl gets super offended that it's a white guy selling authentic, quote unquote, Mexican tacos, right? I'm sure you've seen it. And she goes through all the reasons as to why he's culturally appropriating Mexican food, blah, blah, blah. And it's really just a joke on people that get offended for other people that the other people are not offended by. Yeah. Like, I don't care. Like, it's good food.
It's a good taco.
Exactly.
It tastes authentic to me.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, because it's literally the whole gist of it. It's like, no, it tastes good. Like, what's your problem? Like, why are you making an issue about it?
Authentic meaning it's not a Taco Bell taco. Like, how about we talk about that? What? Authentic's kind of relative. Like,
exactly. And the guy goes down all the reasons why it is super authentic, but it's a white guy taking the orders, and it's a Korean guy cooking the food. So it's like, anyway, it's I think it's very funny. But one of the things is she's getting so fed up, or she's going to write a bad review online. He's like, no. I cannot take the bad press online. Do not say a thing. And then an immigration officer pops up. Like, wait a minute. Are you Kai from Vancouver or wherever he was? He's an illegal immigrant from Canada. Shuts the whole thing down. It's just, but you're like, you might tell one person you have a great experience. You put it online when you have a bad experience, and you let everybody know.
Everybody knows when you done messed up.
Yeah, so how about we do the opposite of that for everybody listening to the JJ and Puck Show? Tell all your friends the positive experiences you're having listening to the show.
I don't feel like you could have a bad experience here. We're pretty censored. I barely swear. Dude, and when I do, it's bleeped out.
I got you. Yeah, I got your back.
Eric writes it down every time. Even if I almost slip, he writes it down.
Yeah, dude, because I don't want to have to check that box when I'm uploading this, that it contains quote-unquote explicit material. I don't even know what that actually means.
Yeah, I know.
There may be some things that slips by, but whatever. You know what? Tell your friends. It doesn't. Yeah. Tell your friends how great this is, and buy a T-shirt. All right.
Get that merch sold, people. What are you doing?
And you know what? All you cheese bags out there, you stay fresh.
Yeah. And like Fat Kids in Dodgeball, we're out.
Out.
The JJ and Puck Show theme song is written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Thank you to Highland Communities for the support of our show. You can find the JJ and Puck Show on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. Just Google us if you're confused. Remember to share the show with your friends and family. Subscribe wherever you listen. Buy a shirt, reach out to us, and place an order. Each shirt is $20, and if we can hand deliver it, we will, but if we have to ship it, it'll be $25. If you're able, feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to kfo.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That's ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. And thanks again to all who listen. We really appreciate your support for our show, and we hope to continue to grow.